Is this thing on? Testing. 1, 2, 3. I think we're good to go. Let's see. All right. Oh, you said we can't hear you? You can't hear me? Yeah. Oh man, I almost didn't make it. Almost did not make it. I'm good. Well, I'm good. I'm good. It's still been a week though. Like, it really has. Oh, I know. They really are. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Welcome in, Sad, Keldemo, Nova, Bubblesella, by the way. Oh yeah, I should probably go live on TikTok. Hold on. Going live. Oh yeah. Sable. Okay. All right. So before we begin, I want to use this time to catch up with y'all. Ooh, AJ got his first black eye. Oh man. What happened? You have vacation next week? You just got to make it. Oh, you're almost there. Do you have any plans? Lance, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Also, I know you probably can't hear the game that's intended right now because, you know, at the beginning of the stream, we like to just chat a little bit. Hey, I'm all for that. Seriously. We definitely need to push staycations and just being able to enjoy being at home and not working all the time or school or whatever other responsibilities that you typically have every day. And it's payday for you. That's what I'm talking about, Louise. Welcome in. Good to see you. Nadia, how are you? Good to see you. All the pieces needed for Zelda have been cut out and treated to not fray. Now I have to stop double guessing myself and just sew everything together. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so it's spring, and I think one of the things I also forgot was that, you know, I let the dogs go outside. They like to roll around in the grass. So 5 dogs, pollen, already allergic to too many things. This is great. So I'm like vacuuming, I'm making sure I'm wiping them down. I'm like, I need to get some allergy meds. I do. Cause I'm like, man, I felt like I've been kind of fighting a mild fever all week, and you know, like I said, it probably escalated or accelerated maybe whenever I didn't get sleep the night before my little surgery. But now that's done, and now I'm starting to catch up. I'm like feeling better. It's the second winter here in Chicago right now. It's gonna snow tonight. What? It's gonna snow? Like, what this? Let's see. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to see my, oh, there we go. Why is this doing that? My watch is being weird. Okay, 64 degrees, cheese and rice. That's what I was trying to figure out. Of course. Okay, let me pause. Music. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I don't live in Chicago either. So, you know, it's a sad week for the Zelda fans out there because I know y'all been wanting to see it, but still trying to preserve my energy because at the time of this stream / recording, the Peach game comes out tomorrow, and I haven't used my Nintendo voucher yet. So I do have to work tomorrow, so I can't take advantage of getting to stream it on launch day. Sad. But I'll probably play that after Mario Kart on Saturday. So I'm excited. Still means no Zelda though, but you know, maybe we'll get to end that stream
I still
with
have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go?
Shut up, D-Luke. Still probably get to, you know, do some flossing, baby. You said you glad you're leaving Cali for once? Where in Cali? Are you in SoCal? Are you in Calexico? Y'all got earthquakes. I'd be worried about that. Earthquakes and wildfires. Y'all about to become like Japan. In the Bay. Okay, that's cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's cool. I feel like it's summer all year round there, isn't it? Let me lower this a little bit. You said it's horrible. Your kids are constantly sick. Change my party real quick. Anything under 4 is not worth reacting to. That's true. That's true. I feel that.
This had better be important.
I did ascend.
I'll treat your
Baizu,
wounds.
but I need to get materials to level him up now. Who do I want? Kokomi? Kokomi? Yeah.
It's time to pull the trigger.
Should have an art. Well, no, she's an archer. That's fine.
Wait for
it's
my
fine.
signal.
We'll go with that for now. I don't know. Darkrai, welcome in. Good to see you.
Don't mind the side effects.
Our bond is strong.
Squall and Fury.
It's another chill night where we're gonna focus on probably trying to get another story quest done.
Far enough.
The doctor will see you. Things are about to get dicey.
Ow.
Seems like an emergency. Behold.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You try Genshin, but there's a lot of dialogue. I will watch other games though. You know what, Jenny? Thank you so much for trying Genshin. You're right. There is quite a bit of dialogue, so that is definitely something that can be a deterrent for people. But I like to compare Genshin now. It's kind of like playing through an anime. Makes me think of like Naruto for sure. So especially when we do like story quests and whatnot, because you know, story quests are based off of characters. Like it's focused on a character. And so it's one of those things where like, if you want to have like an anime like video game to play that's also free, you should definitely play Genshin. Trying to come and stream when my game kept leading me into cutscenes. Hey, Parscape, welcome in. Good to see you. Honestly, that was pretty cool on Tuesday doing a whole story quest. Yes, see, that's it is exciting getting to get from start to finish in one stream. Like, at the time of this recording, I've released the full Trailblaze mission for Star Rail's The Sound and the Fury. That was a total of 10 hours of streaming, condensed into a 3-hour, 59-minute video. Like that was a lot. It is free. I promise. There's gotcha elements, but that is entirely on you. You can play this without ever spending any money. Promise. Did you know Spicy's passive skill as you've been running around? No, I just used him for like the first time, honestly. Actually, I still need to level up at least this. I need to get this one at least to 12. Do I have anything? No, see, that's what I thought. Let me just, Okay, yeah, no, I should probably just do some domains real quick. I really like this feature, the training guide. As you collect materials, you heal. What? I didn't know that. Okay, so enhance, right? So obviously he's like, level him up to 90. I'm like, not doing that. Not yet. I just got him to 80. So, character talent, can't do anything today. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just do that domain anyways because I could get Guild of Dreams out of it. You've been using that feature so much, man. I'm telling you, if you just now got into Genshin, like you're eating pretty well right now because there's so many quality of life improvements that I know Genshin people for years before I even got into it have been asking for it, and they're just like, here you go, release an update, you know? I also feel bad for the YouTube creators out there that like their bread and butter is like recommending builds and stuff. Like I'm sure they're still getting plenty of like traffic, but you know, I know I personally don't have to watch them. I really don't have to watch them if I know that I can literally go into the game and the game's like, this is what, you know, considered high usage. This is the particular stat like elemental mastery, energy recharge that is focused on this character, you know, like, so I'm like, perfect. You said, no, get me started on the upgrades to the map after I complete all the desert quests. Ooh, yeah. You see this thumbnail of you YouTube picked for the VOD? Oh, great. Perfect. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Cough, cough.
This will be interesting.
Well.
What is the situation?
I don't know. You tell me. You're gonna send, and I'm like, no, thank you. Oh yeah, that's what Star Rail just did to me. When I was looking at the Trailblaze mission, I'm like, why do I have one available? And it's like, oh, you can ascend. I'm like, are you kidding me? I barely have any characters that are at 80 in that game. I was like, I'm not ascending and then being forced to like try and get them to 90. Not doing that.
Illusion shattered. Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
Cool it.
Ow.
This fight will be frozen.
Inazuma shines eternal. Out of my way.
This is taking longer than I thought it would. Ow, 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 ow.
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Ow.
Now you shall perish.
Really?
We'll meet again.
You have like 3, you can't get to 90 in Star Rail, it stops at 80. So then it's just the enemies that can get to 90? Like, you changed that Nova to make you laugh? Okay. Oh, yes, she did. What? No. Yeah, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna get Kokomi instead of... Wish me luck on my MRI tomorrow. I'm scared. See you on Discord. Send love. Hey, good luck, Sella. Seriously, I'm sorry. Get Kazuha out to group them. Oh, yeah. Kazuha. That's a good point. Actually. You see why I'm making that noise, right? Because I'm like, I could technically do it. I could technically do it. Like, if, he's not too bad, you know? Like... Gotta beat him way too many times. What was he doing? Oh yeah.
Want me to come along?
Yes, please. And yeah, this is fine. I think Kazuha is probably all I need. What's this? Nice. Yo, Alejandro, welcome in. Thank you so much. Food buffs. See, you know me and food. I forget about food. Like, completely. I forget that that's an option until someone dies, and I'm like, wait a second.
You are not welcome here.
Game's up. Forms over. Quietly.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this.
Inazuma
There we
shines
go.
eternal.
Look at that.
I'm getting sick.
One with wind and cloud. Patience. The wind knows me.
Ow.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
This one will be frozen in time.
Shine down. Torn
Oh,
to
yeah.
oblivion.
Much better. Okay, that took 44 seconds. That's not my fastest time. The fastest time I did it was 30 seconds. Rohan, welcome here. Good to see you. Ooh, I'm keeping that one. Yeah, see, I could put that on. No, I think I already have one on Baizu that has energy recharge. That's the big thing. Like, HP percentage has to be the primary buff. I'm doing this so I can level up some stuff. Figured, got 27 more.
You are not welcome.
Game's up. Forms over.
Let's end this
Gotcha.
Ow!
Don't get frostbite.
Clouds high.
The birds call. The wind knows me.
There we go. Look at that.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Here comes the catch.
One with nature.
I'm telling you,
Illusion
Kazuha is so necessary.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Time to go. Oh, so sorry. Cool.
Ow. I think this one's taking longer. Yeah, that took longer, didn't it? Yep. 55. Dagnabbit. Okay. I'm treating this part like a warm-up for me right now, because I'm still... Oh, man. Ooh, attack percentage. It has crit damage. I'll keep that for now. Yeah, that's 4 different stats at least. Nice. Nice, okay. Watching this, I feel like a noob with a bunch. Bubbles. You kidding me? You don't understand. I have a goal of actually attempting floor 12 of Trials. Like, I haven't tried it in months. Because I'm like, I need to have a certain amount of characters to 90. Like, I always pretend like floor 12 doesn't exist in the Trials. And I'm almost at the point where I'm like, you know, I'm gonna give it a chance. You know, I'll be able to do this. Was it? Baizu, that's right, Baizu. I'm like, where'd he go? Yeah. That's it! Man. Ooh, that's healing bonus and energy recharge, though. Oh, wait, no. The one I have on him is pretty good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Never mind. I'm not changing that. Nope. But I gotta get this to 12 at least. Roxmon, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I'm taking it easy again. It's been a busy week. But I like these chill streams. Y'all know there's always gonna be chaos on the weekend. What? Who do I need to save?
Game's up. Forms over. Busted.
Torn to oblivion.
Oh. Huh? What? Swear. You ran to the abyss each reset, but after a while, the almost 2 wishes was just not worth the 20 minutes for me because I enjoy exploration more than combat. There's so much exploration I need to do. It's not even funny. I completely understand. Wait. Who said Genshin's their newest obsession?
What
Is
do
it
you
Bubbles?
want from me?
What do you want from me?
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
Okay. Who do I want?
How long will this require exactly?
I don't know, you tell me. Well, I would only need 9 of those. I could get her done. I'm getting distracted. Oh, look at the Archons on this page. This page? You talking about this page? Good. Yeah, Milo's still recovering. He's been good though. I'm sure he still misses, being able to like be in the playpen with the other dogs. I've still been keeping him separated from them. Also because that playpen is probably needs to be cleaned. Like I have to clean it every couple of days. So I don't want him to put his area in that filth until it's fully healed, Look at the rest of the party. Okay. All right, let me put you said Archons.
What is the situation?
Spoiler alert. Wait, who else do I have? Oh, yeah.
A walk would be nice.
Witness my magnificence!
Is that all I have? I think so. Right? Yeah, I don't see any other Archons. Yeah, I don't have Nahida. I have tried so hard to get Nahida. You have a choice to make. Do I get Dragon's Dogma 2 or Horizon Forbidden West on PC? Both came out today. That's not fair, first off. Second, you've been really wanting Horizon Forbidden West. Dragon's Dogma 2, I know it just came out, but, people playing it because it's new more than anything. I haven't seen any gameplay for Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, it looks like another, I don't know, Skyrim kind of game. Like, I mean, you have Baldur's Gate to get your fix, in that kind of world. I think you should play Horizon Forbidden West. What's not fair? What's not fair, Jessica? Oh, poll time. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll on Twitch. Let's see who wants who thinks that Sats should get Dragon's Dogma 2 or
Don't tell me they did it again.
This had better be important.
Dragon's Dogma 2 or
We'll need a strategy.
Horizon Forbidden West.
How
I still
long
love
will this require exactly?
Sumeru's music, Liwei's music, Fontaine's underwater music. That's all I need, and I'm good, You said never mind. Ha! I just not read the Fiorina thing. You know what? Look, that quest has been out since like November of 2023. So, if it was like it just came out, then, and, I'm just trying to be able to sleep at night, okay? Don't worry about me. I keep pressing the wrong button. I'm trying to look at quests. I'm trying to think of what I'm in the mood for. I need to finish New Valettes. But I don't think I... Wait, can I... I can finish... Okay, so... How do I grab his specifically? Go to quests. Son of... Okay, we are starting Fiorina's story quest. It's fine. I'm fine. You know, honestly. Yeah. I was gonna do it anyways, but you know, it's like, can I go? Okay. Well, no, I didn't finish it. You said pressing the wrong buttons has been my MO for the last week. Oh man, did you start Elden Ring today, Dreddy? By the way, at the time of this recording / stream, by the way, Dreddy has officially hit Twitch affiliate. So, what y'all have been doing to me for years, now it's payback time. Who's ready to raise Dreddy's blood pressure? I know I am. I mean, congratulations. Yes, that's right. Come to the dark side. I just realized I hadn't been checking my email. Huh. I wonder if Twitch ever got back to me. Okay, alright, hold on. Make sure the game is calming down real quick. Oh, you know, let me check the settings again. Okay, good. I don't stop on that. Let me just see something. You know, I don't think I got any. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I don't see anything yet. Did I know about Battle of... No, I don't. What's that, Plaza? Maddie, welcome in. Good to see you, by the way. We're about to do Fiorina's story quest. Just...
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here?
Oh yeah, so... The beginning of this quest... I accidentally started because I was trying to talk to Catherine in Fontaine, and that apparently kicks off Fiorina's story quest, so I don't have that part recorded. I'm like, awesome.
Not that there's anything wrong with this place, it's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Marmonia.
Are you for real right now, Paimon?
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Oh, that was all Paimon. I actually think it's quite cozy.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
Ooh, macaroni.
I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
I feel that, but don't you get sick of macaroni every day?
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
True.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all your own cooking now?
How rude. Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity. It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
Okay.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
You hate to see it.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace.
I actually don't remember, but I'm sure Paimon does.
Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Don't you shoo me!
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad!
Paimon was just showing concern for your well-being. But why am I defending Paimon?
Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
Oh! That's not important. We actually came here to ask you for your help.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
What good are you? You're right.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
Seriously, if not you, then no one. You're the only person for the job.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now.
All right.
So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific?
Oh, it has something to do with acting. Tell Furion about the troop's plans for its final
I
performance.
see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well-versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities. But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
Why?
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
Dang. She only did it for 500 years.
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me.
Valid, honestly.
Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
So that's how you really feel.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross.
Okay, this is getting uncomfortable. Paimon.
If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself.
True.
Which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
All right, you heard her, honestly.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troop? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare.
I mean, that's on them, man. Like, you know, they could reschedule. I don't understand why we
Do
have...
you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Perfect.
Short and to the point, okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me. Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't assume the worst of people. You know, like, come on. What's wrong with making just one exception? But seriously.
True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for. Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would.
Okay, between me trying to force Fiorina to do something and then in Shiori's story quest, witnessing the whole cancel culture stuff, I'm really uncomfortable right now.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Farina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Don't guilt trip her, all right? Let's come up with a plan B.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. All right, then. We'll see you around, Farina.
Bye-bye.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
All right, enjoy your macaroni. All right, we need to go back and pass on the word about Fiorina's views. Who's ready to let some people down? How far? Oh, over here, okay.
It's too bad.
Paimon being the main character kind of explains why she always refers to herself in third person.
Maybe the thought of performing
No, I'm not
brings up too many
Paimon.
painful memories now.
I guess.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform.
Awesome. I love wasting time.
Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Farina go?
Awful.
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Awesome.
Oh, right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Imagine if we had managed to convince Fiorina to join, only for her to find out she's no longer needed.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Farina really so harsh with people?
Ooh.
Only joking, calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh?
Okay, perfect. That was a short story.
Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Oh man, the pressure.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Yeah, we should. Well, hold on. Why do I have to? You know, we should just.
Sure.
Oh!
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list.
You were absolutely ridiculous.
All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me. Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Farina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
How's your macaroni?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Also, why didn't you just show yourself?
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yes. Yes, it has.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Farina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as Lady. Just Farina is fine.
Aw, look how polite they are.
I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in the serial disappearances case.
I thought that name was familiar. I'm like, wait a second.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice.
Wow.
But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Farina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can, but despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing, but ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That's so sad.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Ooh, what you gonna do, Fiorina?
Farina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway.
Are you gonna become a producer?
I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member.
Okay.
But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
Well, a verdict can bring emotional catharsis. They come pouring out and flow away into infinity.
An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time.
That's deep.
Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Huh. Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh?
I was like, I didn't understand any of that.
You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Man, I got things to do. I was trying to finish Nouvelette's story quest, and you kind of been interfering. But I mean, all right.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Farina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Is it Fiorina's place? Sorry. Whoa! Is that Novelette? Am I about to go right into what I believe is the final part of Nouvelette's story quest? Perfect! That's why I couldn't do it. So I'm gonna finish this real quick, all right? I can't wait to confuse people even more that aren't in this. That was Paimon. That wasn't me.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
You're amazing.
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler?
He's amazing.
Hey, any comments?
You didn't hear me?
What I really think is...
I'm talking!
every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
As a Hydro Dragon Sovereign, Neuvillette still thinks of himself as an outsider due to his identity. But so much time has passed since then. Perhaps the lines between him and humans have long since blurred.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
You got it.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
Is he crying?
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
This crying is an inconvenience to everyone.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
Navia.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
Stop apologizing, Neuvillette!
There's no need to apologize.
He holds so much guilt that he doesn't need to...
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Mermonia. More than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Nouvelette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
Don't do it.
That's not how you celebrate.
I will consider it.
Look at him! Being open-minded and a bit of an extrovert now. Look at what?
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month.
Next month?
Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
You better not mess this up. She's about to lose her mind.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
I swear it's going to be
Now,
like
if
his
you'll
first
excuse
ever
me,
interview.
I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Wow. Wow. Hey. A speechless Charlotte, who would have thought? Exactly. But yeah, Fartscaper, that's what I was trying to do. Is like I knew I was really close to the end of Nouvelette's quest, but every time I kept trying to do it, it kept saying I needed to do Fiorina's. So once we finished that part of Fiorina's story quest, and I saw Nouvelette was right there, I'm like, okay, this obviously is Nouvelette's quest. Fortunately, I have all the content for Nouvelette, so yeah, I will be able to piece it all together. Thankfully. But that was such a cool scene. We got to like walk down memory lane with Nouvelette, and he just thought about all the biggest moments in his 500 years of life, and just seeing the impact he's had on the nation and questioning whether he's been a positive impact on the nation or not. And
There's no
you know,
such
in
thing
our
as
eyes,
pure
we're like,
freedom in this
absolutely. But you know, for
Even the
him,
wind cannot
being
blow on
the
forever.
sovereign, the Hydra sovereign, you know, obviously he kind of lacks certain human traits or characteristics to help with that line of thinking, to, you know, actually accept that he's loved and he's made a huge impact on this nation, that everyone loves him, you know? You said hot take Wander is the Balladeer? All right. Let's get to the Palais Mermonia. He doesn't have empathy. Thank you. Empathy. That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, what is that trait? Empathy. And it's good to see those little Melazines aren't being discriminated against anymore now, too. Oh. Nora, welcome in. We're taking it easy because this weekend we're probably gonna play the Peach game after Mario Kart. So I'm excited. I'm gonna use my voucher that I've been holding on to since like October of last year to get the Peach game. Is she really sleeping?
Kiara?
Monsieur Nouvelette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If you woke up and you saw Nouvelette, how would you react?
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, Monsieur.
I felt safe just hearing him talk.
And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember.
Yep.
My
See?
memory isn't that good, so
That's perfectly
I easily
fine.
forget things.
He wasn't worth remembering.
By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, "Kiara, our dreams have finally come true." I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Are you smiling on the inside, Neuvillette?
Monsieur Neuvillette, are you happy too?
He's like, I'm very happy.
Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
Oh, bye-bye.
See you next time.
I'm very happy. Yeah! We have officially finished Neuvillette's story quest. That is what I'm talking about. Look at us now. Oh, man. And that scene was epic, getting to go down memory lane with him. I thought, the beginning of this quest was kind of boring, but most story quests, in my opinion, are boring for either the first part of it or, like, the first half of it. But the endings are always worth it. Always worth it. Like I said, it's just like watching an anime, in my opinion. Like an anime, like I'm gonna keep using Naruto. I feel like Naruto's a great. Shut up, Wanderer. Kind of like when you're watching an anime and the story's gotten really good. Like we'll just talk about Naruto if you've watched it, but then they hit you with filler, right? You watch filler episodes sometimes for weeks or months before like the next arc comes out. That's what the story quest will feel like. It feels like you're getting hit with a bunch of filler, but usually all of this is important. Like if you just trust the process, like you need to follow along the story. That's one of the other reasons why I try to like pay attention as much as possible, so I could really appreciate the ending. If I could focus like this on everything else that I do in life, I would be in a much better spot. So I'm just saying, but so I'm excited. I'm excited that I get to, like, I've reached the point in these games where I can start focusing on character story quests and not feel like, man, I'm getting behind, I really want to try and experience them live as much as possible with y'all.
Relax.
Especially for those that have experienced these already. But yeah, it was absolutely worth it. Do I have enough to wish? Oh, I'm so close. I am gonna try and get Chiori, by the way. Now that I found out, I got some serious time before Arlecchino appears. Nice. Wait, can I go talk to Catherine now? No, I'm not picking it up. Now, don't get me started on world quests, okay? World quests! Oh, they take forever. You try to do them in between nations. Destiny, honestly, I am jealous. I'm jealous because you don't have it in the back of your mind that you need to record it, right? I would be way further along if I wasn't so like mindful of making sure that I capture this, because like that I want to share that as much of this experience with y'all as possible. So I just try to hold on, and As a matter of fact, I've been getting some comments on some of my latest YouTube videos. Like, there's this one person. There's not too many comments that are cursed, so you'll know who I'm talking about. But like, if you go and look, but they keep complaining because they're like, you haven't done certain character story quests in Star Rail, and one of them thinks that I haven't done, or I didn't put up the first act of Fontaine. But the first act of Fontaine on my YouTube channel is 2 videos because of recordings and then live streaming it. So I tried to tell them that, but I don't know. They just keep thinking that I didn't put it up. They thought that I started like halfway, like with the recordings and just put it up. Like, it's in a playlist, literally. If you just watch the playlist, you don't have to do any work, you know? I should just enjoy it myself. Here's the thing, Destiny. If I didn't have like dozens of other games that I'm either playing or have, I would have that train of thought. But, you know, Farscaper and some of the other people that are into Genshin are the reason why I started doing this. And Farscaper's already, you know, set the expectation to, like, you know, if you want to experience this offline, you're more than welcome to. Like, don't feel that pressure. But I have plenty of other games to keep me busy. So it's really not that big of a deal. It just felt like it was a huge deal for me when I was not caught up on story quests, because I have to like mute Genshin stuff on my platforms as much as possible because I don't want to see spoilers, you know? And now I don't really have to do that too much. And I know those that love reaction videos, they're going to be so excited when I finally sit down and watch like all of the trailers. Like, we're talking, you know, a year and a half of Genshin footage now, and then the full year of Star Rail content. I haven't seen any of those trailers. I haven't seen no character demo trailers. I haven't seen no teaser trailers.
It's rather pathetic to force a conversation.
Everything that I've experienced or seen over the last year and a and a half, shut up, Wander, is all been through live streaming or recording. So, oh yeah. Well, you know, they commented. It takes so much work for people to comment on YouTube videos. So like they're helping me. I just have to remind them. Maybe they're young, maybe they're foreign, maybe they just don't understand that I'm like that. I will put the actual link to that YouTube video in the response to them. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk to Catherine real quick. No. I haven't done any quests with Chen Yuville. I've done some exploration. Yeah, bad comments still help the algorithm. Exactly.
Add Astra
and
Abyssosque.
I wouldn't even consider it a bad
Guild.
comment, because they're asking for more content as opposed to,
Thank
you know,
you for
I hated
completing
your
today's
reaction to
commissions.
something.
Here is
So
your-
I don't get too upset about it. I'm just like, I mean, I know I have a lot of videos on my channel, but like, it's been a heavy focus on Genshin for the longest time. Oh yeah, give me that. All right, which one? Which one? I don't know. Oh, let's forget. Nice. Now we can do some wishing. 2 wishes. It's a beautiful place. The music's beautiful. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, it's all good. Don't apologize. Get some rest, Devastation. I'm tired too. That's the other reason why I'm streaming this. Like, it's way more chill when I'm streaming this or Star Rail as opposed to Zelda, you know, or Mario Kart. So please get some rest, especially for Saturday. I think we're gonna play Mario Kart and then that Peach game. I don't even know what the Peach game's called. I also haven't seen any reviews. Like, I saw someone post about it, that like it's gotten a lot of good reviews, but like I haven't watched any footage separate from that one trailer in the Nintendo Direct. So I'm excited. I'm going into it fairly blind. Man, you need to tell AJ to stop cheating. You should not be learning how to cheat so young, honestly. The story quests in Star will only come out after certain quests are finished. So, Destiny, on average, how long are companion missions in Star Rail? Because I haven't done a single one yet. Do you think they're around 3 hours like Genshin? I never said I would do that. Why would I willingly do that? That has to magically appear because someone else posted that. I'm not posting that on my channel. Losing to AJ. Come on now. Why don't you make a TikTok? You got the clip. Come on, man. Seth! What's I doing? Oh, yeah. Who's using the sacrificial sword, actually? Ooh. Okay, sweet. This one's gonna get to 5. Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Do I have anything to upgrade? Sure, the mods can make a command for the clip for prosperity. Did you? Yeah, Princess Peach Showtime. Thank you, Sarah. No, not 3 hours. They might take you an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the quest. They usually. Really? Oh, you got me excited. I feel like everything in Star Rail is shorter than Genshin, too. That's the other thing. Except, like I said, the Sound and Fairy Trailblaze mission. That was 10 hours of content. I think... Well, I think that's... I don't know, everything in Star Rail just feels shorter. Even their cinematics are all under a minute long. So actually, just because I always keep it real with y'all, one of the problems I have with the cinematics in Star Rail is because of how short they are. So like, in the TikTok creator program, if you want to make money, you have to post videos that are longer than a minute. So what I'm doing right now that I finished that latest YouTube video, is I'm actually compiling my reactions to every single cinematic in that Trailblaze mission as one compilation to put it on TikTok. And, you know, just telling people to just go to the YouTube video if they want to see the full thing. Because most clips are like 25 seconds, 40 seconds, 45. You don't make any money until after a minute. So it's already a huge challenge to get someone to watch your content for longer than a minute, especially on vertical apps. So now it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, you remember when the Mario game came out and we did the whole the jump challenge? That video broke 120 something K, and I didn't make a penny because that video was like right under a minute long. Because the challenge itself was 60 seconds. You have to do this in 60 seconds. So I'm like, great. You know, I mean, it still helps with exposure. Like, you're still getting people to like check out your content and stuff, but it's just like, you know, ideally I want all of my videos, now that we're in that creator program, to be monetized. Like, it just makes no sense to me to not have them monetized when we worked so hard to get to that point. So I'm like, Star Rail, if y'all could just slow things down. I know people's attention spans are just getting shorter and shorter because of brain rot. You know, like all just constantly being surrounded and indulging in these electronic devices that are probably just giving off all of this radioactive stuff. I don't know, whatever. You know, obviously I'm not changing my way of life, but they're like, you know, we're just gonna make everything super short. It's like, can you just slow it down a little bit? No, I don't make any money. Literally, my videos are not eligible to make money if they're under a minute long on TikTok. So that's why I always get super excited too when I get to see like cinematics that are over a minute long in Genshin. I'm like, yes. Because it just feels like Genshin takes their time. To a fault, right? It's a balancing act because it's just like these quests can feel like they really drag, but the payoff's always worth it. And then you're in Star Rail, it's like, this was epic, and you just kind of like try to deliver all that in 20 seconds. Like, come on. You know, like when a certain character, you know, experienced a certain thing that happened in the latest mission, if you know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to reference anything. It's just like, I'm sorry, that felt like whiplash. And I'm still trying to process what just happened. It's like, okay, we're done. It's like, what do you mean we're done? Are you kidding me? I know! If that happened in Genshin, it would not have been so fast, okay? I swear. Aito, he's good. Oh, yes, I want to build Aito so bad, but he's a Hydro character right now, so I just like, I have so many Hydro characters. Oh, hey, okay. Back to Furina. No. Wait. What floor are we? Is this? No. I think we need to go here. Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Which one? I'm about to have a breakdown. I'm like, if I don't pick the right warp point. Get whiplash like riding in a car with me when I started driving. Man, I remember when I first started driving. What a magical feeling, seriously. Like, the level of independence that you feel like you just gained because you can drive is amazing. It's like, wait a minute, if I want to go somewhere, I can go. What? I don't have to ask? Mommy, can you take me please? I really want to go GameStop. Mommy, I want to go Best Buy. Mommy, I want to go to movies. It's like, well now, you can take yourself to the movies. It's like, oh, you ran over a tree. I went to the wrong warp point, didn't I?
The wind rises.
Did I ever talk to Catherine?
Huh? Lady Farina?
What's Lady Farina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Farina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant.
The Little Oceanid?
These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Farina on our behalf.
Kindly?
I'm sure they need no introduction.
I don't know, I felt like we kind of bullied her into it.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, look at all this praise she's getting.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
Oh, me? I'm getting the praise. Oh. I mean, come on the day's work, know what I mean?
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Finding an actress was the least of your problems.
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
Hold on. Does that not sound familiar? Is this really a spin-off or of The Little Mermaid?
She longed to live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect. But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
This is Little Mermaid.
So far, so good. A classic tale.
Indeed.
What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script.
Seriously?
We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah. Like they say, truth is stranger than fiction.
That is so true.
But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
I mean, that's what you have to do.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors.
What do you mean?
The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script, but the deadline's passed and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
I see where this is going.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Farina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Aww.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop. You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way.
Okay, actually, can y'all just like dial it back a little bit? Her head's getting kind of big.
I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
All right.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago, said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson.
Yeah. Probably doesn't have very positive memory of that place, considering, you know.
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So, allons-y. To Poisson!
All right. To Poisson! Eric, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome back, Nadia. Thank you so much for being here. Kadima, you said there's a new TikTok post that has... I'm not looking at that. I know what you did. I know what you did. Eric, you'll be proud. I am caught up on the Archon quests in Genshin, and I'm caught up on the Trailblaze missions in Star Rail. So right now, I'm trying my best to take advantage of the time between updates to do character quests. Unbelievable! Never thought I'd make it. Yeah, I saw that, Kildima. Well, I saw your comment. I didn't see. Yeah. Wait, Kazu's coming around again? Well, I don't need to pull him again. C0's fine for him, but Arlecchino and then Acheron. Oh man, there's been so much drama about Acheron. I'm sure you know about that. Farscaper, do you know about that? Man, people all up in arms about the top creators in Hoyoverse, top Hoyo creators getting early access, getting to post their content before everyone else. I was like, man, that's just business, man. See, my opinion would be a hot take, I guess. Like, everyone getting mad about it. It's like, look, just get into the position that they're in. Keep working at it. You want that insider access? You want to be the first to post when the rest of the world can't? Keep growing. Get big. Stop complaining. I swear, man. Bunch of crybabies. It's always been like that. Like, I got upset whenever that happened with Pokemon Legends Arceus. I was like trying to keep up to date and all that. But then like the game leaked and people were already posting videos and stuff. And it's like, you know, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yes. Like, and but I don't know every single detail about that situation. I feel like I know enough to where, you know, people are all upset, but Acheron looks pretty cool. I think like one of the things was if you didn't get Acheron's weapon, then like you shouldn't pull for her or whatever. I'm like, I don't care about that stuff. I never get the character weapons because I don't pull for the weapons. I pull for the characters right now. I think once I've gotten almost all the characters, you know, then I would start, you know, splurging on some of the weapons, but you know, and you got, I just got Sparkle earlier today, but I don't have Sparkle's weapon, so I'm jealous. I mean, she looks like a Grim Reaper. Like, I've seen some gameplay. I haven't seen the trailer, but I mean, like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like her and, what's the character's name? Sela. I feel like they're very similar in looks. I mean, even the weapon. It's like, did they think about that? Like, I feel like current team is Sparkle, Branya, Ting Yun, Dan Hung. So is Dan Hung your DPS? Ting Yun's support, Branya's support, Sparkle is support, right? You love her. I guess you could say alter ego. Yeah. Or Sparkle, because like Sparkle's big thing is quantum character. I haven't seen any, like, I haven't used her yet other than from that demo once her banner drop. Like, she can give you more skill points and stuff, right? So Ting Yun puts her skill on Dan Hung and then Sparkle and Branya boosts. Okay. I like how you're repping Dan Hung like that. I've been like team Imbibitor Lune because I have Blade. So like I have my like win fighter from Blade. So like Dan's not getting as much love as he should. But his life form is. Yeah, exactly. Oh, do I need to go down here? Okay.
If I remember correctly, This is where he's staying.
That door looks like it doesn't even open.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
Really?
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
That's it?
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show.
Tell him to come outside!
Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
You don't have to show us, like...
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Farina, too.
Navia.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Palo? Looks like
I'm
he
here for
could
you.
be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime.
With you.
I've made all the arrangements already.
Perfect.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
Read the room!
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do.
Okay, but Farina has like 500 reasons for this, so for once, I'm gonna give her a pass.
And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
Atta girl, that's right.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Farina.
Wow.
It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
No.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me.
Nah, I'm gonna tell them the truth, and they either will accept it or they won't, and if they got a problem, they can catch me outside.
Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
All right, thanks.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Oh man, we don't even have the title of friend? After everything? Man, it's so hard to get friends in Genshin. I swear. They're like, hey, I need you to bleed for me. I need you to possibly die for me, and then, maybe then, will I consider you a friend. Eric says, she didn't ask for any of this. Farsi was like, how awkward to talk to your former god that you blamed for the damage to your home and friends, only to realize that she did the best she could to save the entire nation. Yeah, very tough thing to like, process. But Navi does have her own demons. She helped bring about the trial that almost destroyed them all. That's true. That's why this whole story just puts me off. It can't be more than a few months since everything happened and they're sort of acting like it's no big deal with what happened. Yeah, I mean, it was a whole take on like, you know, like the Bible, right? With the way this played out, you know, like the whole Noah's Ark thing and, you know, Moses, pardon the sea, you know, like it just, I don't know. Yeah,
no
Navi
such
has
thing
lost
as true
everyone,
freedom in this
honestly.
world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I agree. I feel like it hasn't been too much time that's passed.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems.
Pisces.
But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
I'm not ready to accept that just yet, okay? I'm gonna swim away from this right now.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me, which, of course, I completely understand and accept.
Yeah. Oh, this response. I'm sure some people didn't buy Navia's lie. What could possibly give that away? The tension is not so intense that you can, you know, like it's not tense here, honestly. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I'm gonna let you know right now, I will fight for you, okay? I will put them all in the place that they need to be, okay? You don't have to worry about this, all right? Let me handle this.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
They're not staying quiet either.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Okay. Yeah, Lee. Maybe the play should, instead of being The Little Mermaid, actually be the tale of what actually occurred. Like how the prophecy did not come true. Okay, sounds good. Whoa. Why am I walking?
Squall and Fury.
Of course.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
Stop it.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Seriously, we watched you act and could not understand you for the longest time. Now I actually understand you.
Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
Don't say that.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
You did what you had to do.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Cheese and rice.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Seriously, think of your freedom as your reward.
A reward?
Because now you can finally speak your heart. You don't have to be anguished and alone anymore.
I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Farina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Paimon.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
I don't know, I'm starting to think Paimon might be missing a certain human trait. Okay, so what Paimon meant to say was she doesn't like to see you so down. Do you feel better having gotten this off your chest?
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
That's funny you think that happened.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Wow. That was hard. That was hard to listen. Let alone actually go through that yourself, right? I mean, imagine being alone for 500 years. Imagine not being able to share your secret with anyone. And the stakes are so high that should that ever be exposed, it literally means the entire nation could die. Like, become the next Atlantis. Everyone dies. Everyone disappears. Like that's pretty rough, you know? And Hufflepuff the troll, thank you so much for the 500 biddies, cheese and rice. That's a lot. North 12, I'll come back and see you. I'm trying my best to take advantage of my time between updates in both these games to finally start doing some character story quests. So we finished New Valets earlier, and now we're hopefully gonna finish Fiorina's if I don't quit lollygagging. Voice actress did such a great job showcasing differences in mood with both versions of Fiorina. Exactly. I mean, if there's anything that Hoyoverse keeps getting right for sure, it's the voices. I mean, historically, any JRPG or anime that I watch, I always want to experience it in Japanese. And I have not had that urge to want to play this in Japanese. I feel like the English voice acting has been top tier.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Hey, man.
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food.
You don't look like you passed some food.
Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good looking. That's your job.
Oh, smooth.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh, man.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again.
This is reminding me of those people, the scientists that work in the Fortress of Meripede.
We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead.
Sounds like it, fish and chips.
Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were
Right.
discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
They were wrong for that. He said, no matter how you slice it, there's no craning from you.
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too, like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
What the?
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy.
Wait just a second.
She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You don't say!
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore.
They didn't want you? Yo, this is Sumeru all over again.
I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes.
Aww.
She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up.
Wow.
I know it was all a huge burden on her.
You know, I just have to point out that this music is not fitting the mood right now. Like, this music is making it seem like this is not, you know, sentimental, emotional, deep kind of conversation, you know? Like, I don't understand why it's just playing this.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage.
Cheese and rice!
The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Cheese and rice. I thought about to say he became the chip off the old block, know what I mean? Dark humor.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Well, look who it is! If it isn't Mr. Hermit, the writer.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Farina.
Farina? The Farina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
What do you mean wrangle that? Like, she's not...
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here!
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down.
It's all good.
Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script.
Let's hear it.
I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story.
Little Mermaid?
Little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human against the wishes of her family.
Okay.
She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic.
Oh no.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Wow.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible.
Oh, I don't want to be part of this. This is what we call creative differences, and this can get really uncomfortable.
What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
Dang!
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me.
Oh, man.
And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death. Both arbitrary and meaningless.
All right, this is fantastic.
On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen?
Prophecy?
It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief.
Really?
I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me.
Uh-oh. Soap opera. He was in love with Aureli.
Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with Aureli.
Called it!
What? You kept that one quiet.
Oh, this is about to get even more awkward. Something tells me that she's in love with him. Soap opera!
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel.
Oh, well...
I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners.
Oh, man. Not put in the sibling zone. Ah! It's like, I love you. It's like, I love you like a brother. Like... What?
Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life.
AKA... you?
And now, that day will never come.
Oh, man.
Oh, Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by Aureli. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything.
Almost like a true protagonist to villain
if we're ever going to reach a
scenario.
final decision.
Or protagonist versus villain scenario.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes.
Attaboy.
Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
You have no idea.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y.
But I don't know if Hufflepuff the troll is still here, but Hufflepuff just announced earlier that they're engaged and they're 16 days away from getting married. That is incredible. I'm so happy for you. The old ball and chain. That's right. You getting all hitched up. Love to see it. Oh, yeah, better ending than Aurelie. She didn't have a good ending. Congratulations. Good to see you. Thank you so much. And Slender Mandy, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your reaction to the TikTok videos. See, I mean, that's why I try to, like, you know, stream or record my reaction as much as possible with this content, because it, like, it's insane. I don't know how many of you keep up with the TikTok channel, but, like, the video of my reaction to Fontaine's ending, or what happened to Fiorina and Focalors, I mean, it's like in the 430-something thousands when I last looked. Like, and so many people have reacted in the same way, and just like, it feels like, you know, we're all connected. You know, Genshin can really do that at such a global scale. Interfindial, welcome in. Good to see you.
There's no need to
stop talking about yourself, Slender Manny. I'm trying to stream over
it's
here.
It's rather pathetic
you're
to force a
popping.
conversation. Right.
And Savannah over on TikTok said, "Shut up, Wanderer." Said, "Fiorina will not be objectified." Exactly. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I just love it because I don't have to. The reason why, and for those of you that were here, you understand. But it's been easier for me to really immerse myself in the story if I'm able to do this, you know, in the same stream, like get from, you know, start to finish, ideally. But if not, then as long as I'm like hyper focusing on it, you know, I really don't want to experience something and not really understand the gravity of the situation. And that's what I'm currently struggling with in Star Rail. Like, I'm not connecting with people quite as deeply as I am in Genshin, and maybe that's because I'm almost at 2 years in Genshin, and Star Rail is about to have their 1 year anniversary soon. But then also, like I said earlier, I feel like everything in Star Rail is so fast paced, because I'm sure they were really worried about the idea of releasing a turn-based JRPG. Like, the moment you mention turn-based JRPG, that turns away so many people unless you grew up with it and you can appreciate the value in that. But then, like, when you start watching it, you're like, okay, this is, I mean, these turn-based battles can end quicker than an open world, like, freeform battle system at times. But also, you're going to different worlds, so when you get to these worlds, you have to learn about their world, right? And, I mean, we do the same thing in these regions, but, you know, there's a lot of crossover. Sometimes you have characters that are coming from the different regions because it's all in the same world, like it's all in Tavat. You know, it's like different continents, whereas Star Rail, I mean, it's living up to its name. You're in space. You're going to different galaxies and planets and stuff, so everything can be completely different. And, but yeah, so it's no matter how many people react and I will react to it. Yeah, like it's, you're an empath, Nova. Hold on real quick. Unicorn just text me. Wow, I never saw this. Sorry, but correct.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
I'm going. So, okay, there we go. Perfect. Genshin's face, yeah, exactly. Well,
relax.
One day I will get to try Honkai the Third, Honkai Impact the Third. But I mean, I want to feel like I'm very close to being caught up in both this and Star Rail, which is a very tall order. But as long as I think 3 games right now is a really good balance, you know, for me. And like when the Peach game comes out, you know, y'all know it's a first party Nintendo game, so that won't take too long to beat. You know, maybe a month depending on how the schedule goes. But other than that, you know, if I were to take on, like, you know, I know Keldimo's been wanting me to play Kingdom Hearts. I did stream Kingdom Hearts 2 like twice, but Kingdom Hearts is pretty hard, you know. I was running into that issue of like not a lot of people seemed interested when at that time. This was years ago now when I streamed it, so it might be different now. I've played through all the Kingdom Hearts games except the mobile ones. I just preferred to watch the video at the start of Kingdom Hearts 3. So you get caught up on what happened in like the phone game and in Dream Drop Distance and...
this is tough going.
What?
Dolphy, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
So that said, you add another Hoyoverse game in, you're finally going to lose what little sanity you have left, I bet. Oh yeah, you know, at that time, I mean, I would have to be like probably doing this full time. I just don't think it's possible to really, I mean, because obviously, I've mentioned this before, but every goal for companies in the gaming space or in the entertainment space is to get your time, right? Your time and attention. So like obviously these games have figured out a formula that is clearly working. So they have structured.
Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch.
The content release window to almost always fill in the gaps between the games. So like if you like this game and you tried this one, you like that too, and then you tried the third one, you like that one too, it's like, all right, you get caught up on this one, now an update released on this game, and then an update released on this game. And I mean, from a gamer perspective, you're like, I'm always fed, right? But at the same time, it's like, you know, if you're a content creator, I mean, also, you're always fed. Like, there's no shortage of content, so that is the plus side, but at the same time, quality of life, right? You have to make sure you never forget what your end goal is or your long-term goals are. Just, you know, don't put out content just for the sake of putting out content. Like, you're building up towards something. So, like, for me, I'm building up to have a thriving Hoyoverse community, a thriving Zelda community. Zelda's the backbone. And then thriving sub-communities with Pokemon.
Any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
JRPGs in general, like Xenoblade, I really wish, I need to work harder on getting people into Xenoblade again, because like that, Xenoblade is amazing. But, you know, I just want to have a thriving community, and there's a lot of wonderful people that we're meeting in these communities. Melody Memory does a good job recapping all the games if you like rhythm games. I don't have it though. I don't have it. It's fun. I think I do like rhythm games actually. Oh, I didn't mean to. No, I didn't mean to. Which one do you have it on? Switch? How's performance? Obviously, I'm hesitant to get anything in Kingdom Hearts for the Switch. Wait, is this just for me? What?
As if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
I want the treasure.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour.
That's right.
Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
If you don't get your Hydro Archon butt in the ring...
We're just curious, that's all.
No, I'm just playing.
I don't think anyone's ever seen Farina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into Indemnitium. Miss Farina said so herself.
Look at that.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway.
Okay, this is really sad.
As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
Ah, c'est la vie. This doesn't require god-level powers. Don't you know any self-defense?
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Well, when you talk to me like that.
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode for Rena.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Speaking of heavy lifting.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
What?
I'll settle this.
What? Yo, Magic Merc, welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing?
Cry louder! Squall Fury!
Of course I have a pyro on my team. Synthetius. Ah! Oh. Ah! Ah! Great. Hey.
Billowing surge!
Rest and revamp, our bond is strong.
I love how we're fighting slimes.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Perfect. I'm gonna get my treasure now. Thank you. I don't even know where this came from. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, let me turn this off because I'm in a story quest. Like, I wish during cutscenes that wouldn't appear on the screen. I learned that early on, when sometimes that would happen. It's like, hey, I know you're like in a cutscene, but by the way, it's like, great. It's kind of like when I had to turn off my notifications for the Switch, because like I'll be recording Nintendo content and it's like, oh, this person's online. This person just came online. I'm like, that's great. I'm happy for them. Yeah, but why does it have to come across the screen now this is my recording? You're taking a break from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You're gonna jump on some Halo in a few. Hey, look, Halo. That's what I like to hear. We need more people like you. Halo does not get the love it deserves, man. Too much competition. I need these. Did I get it? Tell me I got it. I think I got it. All right. All right, let me go find the villain.
Too slow.
The world can only handle one McCraig. Even that's a stretch. I hear that. Could you imagine 2 Saths? Oh, wow.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
I would probably just argue with myself because I would, like, the other me would be just as forgetful as me, and we would forget what we had tasked each other with. Like, what were you in charge of again? I'm like, I don't remember. Do you remember? It was like, we won't be twice as productive. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Quit following me.
For once, I agree. I think it would be that way. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Ocean a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Vilma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
Villain!
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Vilma. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one.
Oh!
As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized...
Oh no.
The drink in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I remember that it induces a state of euphoria, but it also causes significant harm to the body.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages.
What?
The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
You brought the director to the attention of the synth dealers. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap and murder her. Cheese and rice! These responses!
Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean, you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Oh, man.
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life so I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight! Go! Get lost! I don't ever want to see your face again!
Well, hold on.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you!
Yes, ma'am.
Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters, to shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her, and that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Wow.
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director Aurelie and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again.
Aww.
If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on Aurelie herself. She's the true star of the show.
It might actually be possible to find out more about her fate.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims.
Yeah.
If you could find anything that Aurelie left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on Aurelie's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
Okay. Wow. That was intense. Sounds like we need to see what we can find about Aurelie. Does that mean I get to see Neuvillette? All roads lead to Neuvillette.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now.
Guess I got my places mixed up.
Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
Thank you.
So, this is all Aurelie left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Wow.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see.
What?
Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vachey's guilt.
Vachey took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
I guess Aurelie must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off.
Is something wrong?
Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Someone else was taken. That makes 6. Or perhaps the 7th? Someone tried to escape yesterday but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry. I don't know if writing this is of any use or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching. But what terrifies me even more is the thought of seeing others from the troop here. Have I truly protected them? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I can write no more. I think I have a fever and my old stomach troubles have returned, but nobody has given me any medicine. I suppose I am more fortunate than Cressy. The pain keeps her awake all night. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used up before they die. It is so damp here. I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold, so cold. As long as one persists, all things will pass. There will be a reward for hard work. I'd like to tell them such things, but it is I who am losing my grip. If anyone sees this, troop, safe, I, them, important, please, farewell, apologize, life, perform, future, regret, Cleo. This page is an absolute mess, and the writer's pen seems to have wandered its surface at random. Only some words can be made out, barely at that. From this page onward, the diary stops to be replaced with lyrics from musicals. Some are in the form of newspaper clippings. Others are handwritten with many crossings out and changes. It is apparent that the pages have been referenced often and that this was the personal notebook of artistic director O'Reilly. Wow.
She was so terrified.
She watched a girl get dissolved right in front of her and had to wait for her own death in silence.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Flipping through the notebook, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded note are 2 new lines O'Reilly has written, in handwriting much more legible than before. But it seems that they took her both great effort and a great deal of time to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them. I love them.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision, even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troop would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Oh man. I gotta tell you, Fontaine stories, they're pretty heavy. I love it. Louise said, what in the poetry slam? I know, right? You're not dreaming, Dreddy. I'm rating you're playing Elden Ring on PS5. Like, this does seem like an alternate universe. Maybe we've crossed into the multiverse. Kind of hoping Natlan will be more spooky. I mean, it's supposed to be the land of dragons, right? So that's all I know about it. I haven't looked up anything outside of what was mentioned in the story. I feel like, I mean, if it's the land of dragons, they've already kind of made regions based on like China, Japan, India, Egypt, France, maybe? So what, like maybe Iceland or Greenland or something? You know, somewhere where it's like very remote. You know, kind of like where they filmed Game of Thrones. Maybe it'll be based off of one of those countries. I don't know. What do y'all think? We've got Germany, China, Japan, India, and France. Right.
Squall Fury!
After reading through the notebook, some are lost for words, some weep bitterly, and some grind their teeth and howl with rage. A long time passes before the group is able to calmly come together and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director Aurelie and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
No pressure.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Paimon!
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance.
That's right.
And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Farina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
Wow.
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her.
That just gave me goosebumps.
Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
Aww.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
Oh.
No, that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Go big or go home!
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you? I'll take your silence as a yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on, we'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervilette. I know just where to find him.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry. All right. I said it. All roads lead to Nouvellette.
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
This is so nice, seeing them reunite.
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
We share the story the little Oceanid with Nouvellette.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult.
Attaboy.
The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage.
I'm looking forward to seeing it on stage. Love this guy.
I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Very surprised.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are.
Surprise!
In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life.
Me too.
Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire.
I have a hunch that Nouvellette could be right.
The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
My man.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions.
Look at her developing a backbone.
Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not.
Can't you see how happy I am? Oh, Hatch a Dragon. Can't show too many emotions. But I'm actually very happy.
I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
My sovereign!
Thanks, Nouvellette.
You are very welcome.
All right. I don't want to assist with the rehearsal. I want to see the performance. Miss Leonard said, that's our girl. Yeah, right? Zanny, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're actually about to finish our second quest of the night. Granted, the first one was Nouvellette's, but still, it was epic.
Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance.
You technically said, yo, can you book it? It's a big deal. And he said, okay, anything for you.
A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
All right.
This is truly wonderful.
Wonderful indeed.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
Look at that.
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
Same. Like with you acting as the role of the crane.
It's amazing. Even though Farina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up.
Paimon, I swear you have no room to. I'm really looking forward to the final production.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Aww. Aww. Look at her.
Accursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time.
Something's going on.
If only.
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage.
Farina.
Why does it have to be now?
Her illness is flaring up.
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now. Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
Oh no!
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Miss Farina, I'd like to make a request of you.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that.
That's right.
Everything's come full circle.
Full circle indeed.
Thank you, Miss Farina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Is she here yet? When will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle nourrit, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish?
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté. Et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Oh no. This song was incredible. The ending was just like what happened to Fossilors.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Rest in peace.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me.
You're joking.
It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself. even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Wow.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Look at that.
Oh, so it was Farina after all. She's back.
Look how happy they are.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
At most, you might be asked to sign a few autographs later.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
Hold on, come on.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it?
Wait a second.
I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Does she have her vision?
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
No way.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
This is incredible! Wow! Yo! Fiorina got her vision! By stepping up and filling in for Dolphy for that performance when she said she would not return to the stage. It's like she allowed herself to accept who she is as a person, like completely. And that was when she got the vision. No way! It's incredible! I know, I need to find Dolphy. I need to find Dolphy. I know I'm at the end of my stream time. We're almost done. Tell me we're almost done. Macho Man, welcome in, by the way. What a great time to arrive. Okay. No, don't you. Dolphy's gonna be fine, okay? Dolphy's gonna be fine. That's not. Shut up, computer nerd. She's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Thank the Hydro Sovereign.
You're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
Yes.
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Farina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
Oh, don't say that.
Don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note.
That's anxiety.
That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
Mm-hmm.
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the Little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
Mm-hmm.
No, we should still disband.
What?
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
What?
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Farina? Any future plans?
You gonna take care of her?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce.
Mm-hmm.
You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined.
Isn't that nice?
Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me.
I'm telling you, you gotta trust the Hydro Sovereign.
I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all.
That's right. Do whatever feels right to you.
Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them.
Yeah.
I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling.
That's right.
The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Next time, I'll invite you to join me.
Then it's a deal. If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
Yeah. All right, we did it! We did it! Woo! From start to finish, we did Furina's story quest. Well, technically, I missed the very first part of it when I got to Catherine, but the rest of it was important. Okay, so we did almost all of it. But how incredible was that performance, right? And the fact that Furina got her vision? Man, I'm glad we did this. Look at that, man. I'm telling you, the feeling of setting an objective or goal and reaching that, man, that is, I'm telling you, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Set manageable goals. I hate to cut this short, but I really do have to go. So if you experienced this story quest, please let me know what your experience was. Like, what was your reaction to the whole thing, especially Furina's performance? How did you feel about how the Traveler was talking to Furina most of the time? You know, and how did you feel about Furina reuniting with Novelette? Like, so many great things happened. So thank you all so much for watching this stream/recording, and I will see you all next time. Love you. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.